Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Twiggy. Today I am going to review the Cinderella makeup collection that's been, I guess I've really only seen it at Walgreens. I don't know if it's exclusive to Walgreens, but that's the only place I've seen it. I was super excited to try this because I'm kind of a big princess fan, if you did not know that already. I tried to kind of channel Cinderella a little bit while I was getting ready today, but pretty much I was just dying to try out this line for several different reasons, which I will get into. I did not pick up the entire collection because I am on a budget and there was just a lot of things I didn't feel like I was gonna use, like a shadow book that had a bunch of different eyeshadows in it that didn't really look like they would be too great a quality. And there was also a little brush set where once again the brushes didn't look like they were that great a quality either. Now mind you, everything in this line that I've seen is $10 or under, so all of it is super affordable, so that's pretty much why I decided I was gonna try it out. I'm usually not the kind of girl that's just totally a sucker for packaging, but the packaging is so cute on all of these products, I just died a little. I mean, seriously, look at it. Even right down to the names on all of these, they're just way too cute. This is called Fairy Glow. It is a face and body illuminator. Do you see all the details on the packaging in the background, the little clock and everything? Oh, it's just way too cute. So this is Fairy Glow. Like I said, it's a face and body illuminator. So basically it's a liquid highlighter. Out of all the products that I'm showing you today, this is probably definitely my favorite. That is what it looks like kind of spread out, and you can rub it out more and it just gets very shiny and highlighty and just very magical looking. That's what it looks like totally blended out. It just gives a really nice glow to the skin. I am wearing it today as a highlighter on the top of my cheeks and just a little bit down the bridge of my nose because, like I said, trying to channel Cinderella today. This product retails for $2.99, and $2.99 for a highlighter is just kind of amazing. I've never seen that before, so if you see this around, I would definitely recommend picking it up. It seems pretty stinking awesome. The way I applied it today is I took a little bit on the back of my hand and then kind of spread it out just a little and got my beauty blender and dabbed it in there and then just dabbed it right on top of my cheekbones, and that seemed to work really well. The next product I'm going to talk about is an eyeshadow primer. It's called Past Midnight. Once again, same cute little packaging with Cinderella on it. I did go ahead and use this today as my eyeshadow primer. However, since this is the first time I've ever used it, I can't really tell you how well it's going to hold up throughout the day, but by the time this video goes up, I will know, so I will leave it in the comments down below and let you know how it held up. That is what it looks like. It's just a nice, normal, I mean, I don't really know how to explain this to you guys. It's an eyeshadow primer. It felt really good on my skin whenever I put it on. It felt like all my other eyeshadow primers ever have. Whenever I put on my eyeshadow on top of this today, it felt very smooth. It seemed like everything was applying very evenly, so far so good. I'm a big fan of this one so far. Once again, this one comes in at $2.99, so that's kind of a steal for an eyeshadow primer, so I would get on this one too if I was you, but I'm not you. The fourth product I was super excited to find. I'm super glad that they had these at the Walgreens that I went to. It is called A Dream Come True, and it is labeled as an all-in-one highlighter, bronzer, and blush, but I'm not really too sure about all that. That is what it looks like in the packaging. Once again, so cute. I mean, like, shut up, really? This is so adorable. This was $4.99 and you get an insane amount of product. I mean, this thing is totally massive. So I guess these obviously would be your more blushy colors. That's kind of a nice highlight color. This is kind of a peachy highlight, and I guess that's what they're calling the bronzer. I don't know if I could ever get away with using a peach color as a bronzer. That seems way too light and highlighting to me, so I just applied this today as if it were just a normal blush. It does come with a little blush brush, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this thing did almost nothing for me. I used these two together and it really just seemed like this wasn't picking up enough product, or it wasn't really transferring too well onto my skin. So I did go back with my normal blush brush that I use like every single day ever, and that seemed to work a lot better to get this onto my skin. That is all I'm wearing on my cheeks today. I did use a little bit of bronzer from Benefit today, but other than that, as far as blush goes, that is all I have on my cheekbones. And then you can just see that highlighter shining away, which I love, don't get me wrong. So that is what it looks like on my hand right there. You can just barely see it in their swatch, but I did have to work fairly well to kind of build this up on my cheekbones. I probably went back into it about 4 different times to really get that color to shine through. It did take a little bit of work to get it to really be there, but honestly, I kind of love it. I don't know if I love it just because I'm biased and I like Cinderella and I like feeling like a princess, or if it's genuinely a good product. But I mean, seriously, like, this thing is massive. For $5, this is so worth your money. Like, I could probably very well use this until the end of my lifetime. So I think for $5, that's a really great investment. Also today on my eyeballs, kind of as my eyeshadow, I went in and picked up some of that peachy color and then just went back over it with this color as a little highlighter. It worked okay as eyeshadow, but honestly, once again, I had to really work to build that color up. It wasn't just coming off like first swipe, gorgeous, perfect, done. They're not super pigmented, but a part of me kind of feels like if Cinderella was a real person, she wouldn't be wearing stuff that was super like drag queened out or anything. So maybe that's why it's not crazy pigmented. Maybe I'm just making excuses. I think this is totally worth $5. I'm super happy to have it in my collection. Either way, the packaging is just too cute to pass up. So there were 2 lipsticks in this collection. I went ahead and picked up both of them. The first one I'm gonna tell you about is called TikTok, and it is a super concealer-y looking nude color. I was like 100% skeptical about this color. I was like, you know what? I consider myself to be pretty fair-skinned, but I don't know how pale I would have to have this be a nude on me. This is pretty damn pale. With that being said, I'm gonna wipe it on my lips and you can just see the crazy madness that it shows up as. Ew. I mean, like, what? In what universe would I leave my house with lips like this? I just think this is not a cute color at all. Once again, I was pretty much suckered in by this cute little Cinderella packaging. But I mean, seriously, it looks like I've been doing cocaine for like 7 years. This is not cute. I don't know on what planet Cinderella would wear this lip color ever. With that being said, it does feel really good going on the lips. Everything is very creamy, it's very smooth. This one doesn't seem as opaque as the next one that I'm gonna show you. It seemed like it applied a little patchier. I guess if you're into a super pale lip, you'll love this, but just speaking for myself, there's so many darker skin tones out there. I really don't know how many people could get away with wearing this color and not look like they're on crack. So yeah, I think this is gonna just be a pass for me. The lipsticks were $2.99, so I didn't spend an arm and a leg on them, but this is just not doing it for me, y'all. So the next lipstick is called Pretty Pink, and it is pretty much exactly that. This seems like a nice, classic, neutral pink. This one, once again, applied really, really nicely onto the lips. So that is what that looks like after just one coat. It's super opaque. It does not take much to kind of work with this. You really just have to swipe it across your lips and you're good to go. I'm not usually a big pink fan, honestly. I think it's because I have purple hair, so I feel like pink and purple is just like too many girl colors going on. It just seems a little girly for me, I guess. Even though I'm kind of a girly girl, whatever. It's just pink's not really my thing, but once again, I had to pick this up just because it was in the Cinderella line. I am a sucker, I realize that. With that being said, this is a really nice pink. If I was gonna go for a pink lip, this is what I would go for. It's a very cool toned neutral pink. I almost never wear pinks also because they really seem to make my teeth look yellow, which is never something I'm trying to do with my life ever. But this one didn't really do that too badly. This one just seemed to be pink all on its own and not really get too mad at my teeth. So this was a very good one for me. So that is it, guys. That is everything that I tried out from the Cinderella collection. If you see it at your Walgreens, I would definitely recommend checking out some of the products. Like I said, check the description box down below and I'll let you know how the eyeshadow primer lasted throughout the day. If you want, you can subscribe to my channel. I do put out videos every single Wednesday now, so be sure to check that out because I love doing it. If you have any ideas or suggestions of videos you'd like to see from me in the future, be sure to leave those down below as well. And if you have any questions for me at all, I will get back to you as soon as I see them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.